Hey all, my name is Hendrik and I will be your host. Welcome to today's video. Before we jump in, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like button if you do enjoy, and maybe even subscribe. Helps us out tremendously. So, in today's video we're going to continue on a little bit of a complicated matter of, well, grabbing an ore and getting more out of it than one ingot, or, well, you'll see. It's complicated. Let's jump into it. So, last time we set up a pretty solid brine production facility, and I have a lot of it now. So, I did do some research in between, and I found that, yeah, things are not going to be as easy as the quest book, or, well, not the quest book, the JEI will, like, make it look. Like, it tells us, if we go to here, that we need sulfuric acid. So if we look up sulfuric acid, where is it? Here. And we see how it's created. It says, item to chemical, sulfur to sulfuric acid. But then, if we click sulfuric acid and we look through the machines actually making it, this one doesn't. This one requires two other things, and this is infusing something, so this has me confused on how to actually achieve this with just the sulfur. On top of that, in the mining dimension, like, we've mined a pretty solid chunk of ground. Like, I'm doing that chunk now, but I only have a little over 2,000 sulfur, so that is not gonna cut it. So we're gonna grab a few. Because I think the first thing we should do, because we are going to need that sulfur, because we are still going to need sulfuric acid, but we're going to have to get there a different way. Like, we're going to have to make sulfur trioxide, which is sulfur dioxide and oxygen, and sulfur dioxide we can make with sulfur, turning it into sulfur dioxide. Add oxygen, yeah, you get the point. So yeah, complicated process. So we're going to try and set it up decently today. But for that, we need a lot of sulfur, and what we're gaining is probably not enough. So we're going to make a couple of seeds for it. So the good part of this is I do already have sulfur essence, so that means that I have sulfur growing here somewhere, because I have quite a lot of it. Where are you? Here we go. And that means that we do have a bunch of sulfur essence here already. But I feel like we might need more. So let's remove this one. Wither skeleton. Let's remove the copper one. I'll place that somewhere else. We'll remove the wither skeleton one. There we go. Now let's try and stack them. Yep. Alright. So I have quite a lot of seeds, so I'll build up a greenhouse shortly. I say shortly, but not today. Right, so that will probably cover our sulfur requirements. So now let's set up a auto crafting thing for sulfuric acid. So we need sulfur. We want this to auto craft. Let's edit the one that doesn't have much yet. Here we go. All right, and so when we export this to the machine that needs it, we're going to add a crafting card, and it should deal with it whenever we need some. Pretty sweet. Now, I also added a 64K fluid storage cell to this. And I'm going to make a workbench because I want to keep, well, I want to stock up on all the stuff that we're making. Just so when it's done, there's a backlog of it. Because we'll be using a lot. I can't believe I finally ran out of processors. I'll set up a couple for those as well. There. Sprinting. Looks pretty good. Alright, let's kick this off. Let's start making the sulfuric acid. So we're gonna first need here we go. No, chemical infuser, and that needs the sulfuric dioxide. So we're gonna need a chemical oxidizer. Which I knew, because I put it at the front. I'm unsure of how many I'll need. So we're just going to make a few. I think for this particular one, I only need the one. But we'll make a few of the machines. I'll just throw them in here. They'll be done. Okay, chemical oxidizer. That's done. So we have the sulfuric dioxide. Let's go make it. Alright, so I am building this thing in a spot here, which is basically straight down another entry. But I've connected the two. So, since I already have a smart cable going in here, I'm just going to pull it forward. So we're going to place it here. Because this thing is using exactly one channel. So we have plenty of space. So let's pull it through here. Where is it? Here we go. Put these back so that it's actually closed. And then that's all there is to it. All right. So let's do this. No extra bends if we don't need them. There we go. Let's close this back up. And apparently I only used cobblestone to get here, so cobblestone it is. Alright. So now... I'm actually doubting my decision now. No, it's fine. It is actually fine. Let's go this and this. Alright. And then we go cable. One cable. Two cable. Why? Because it just works this way. Yes, okay. And then I had to think for like 1 second whether or not I was screwing this up. Alright, then we do flux point. We connect it to the network. And then this is all there should be to it. It's a little bit weird in how it looks. Let's turn it around. I don't like the way it looks like that. There. Has plenty of power. And then we connect sides. So we want nothing basically. There. Power from the bottom. Energy. Left will become input. And the back will become output. Alright. We want it to auto eject. I don't know if it matters on this machine, but let's auto eject. And that is that items? Oh, balls. That's just items. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Because we want to output on the back. And it only allows output. Okay. Okay, cool. Export bus. This. Sulfur. Do it. Come on. This is how it works, right? Yeah, okay. Something is not right. Something is not right. Why did it have power but not anymore? Auto eject off? What the? Oh. Can't eject, just input, yeah. I'm not out of... I can't be out of power. It's not connecting. Wait, did that screw up the configuration? Me turning off the... It's connecting now. Okay, so this is considered the back. What? So, import? Input. I am a little bit baffled. I thought that that was totally... like this would be the front, but apparently it isn't. Alright, so then we have an import bus. There. And that is gonna import fluids, but we don't have a way to do that yet. So first we are gonna need a bucket. I'm not actually sure if I can remove by bucket, but if I can't, I'll grab something that will throw it into a case. Here we will have 1,000. And the answer is no. Okay, I'm gonna put it into something that will accept a bucket. So apparently this is the front. That is so weird to me. Alright. Let's do export. No. Output. And this. What? Oh, it's a gas. I bet it's a gas. No, I don't think it should be a gas. Eject. What if I just attach the thing straight to it? Nope. Chemical tank? Alright, we need a chemical tank. Let's go grab one. Not sure why I thought putting this down and throwing a bucket against it would work. Like, that's not how it works, apparently. So, instead, I will set this up to output and do nothing with this. Let's see if it outputs. It does not. Output. I'm such a potato. Output. Here we go. It does still not output though. So I don't think I can pull this into the ME network. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad. Turns out I might be a bigger potato than we already knew I was. I was trying to put whatever I was trying to pull in into a... Yeah, there we go. That totally works. Alright. Let's make a crafting card. This one. Basic card. Let's make a couple. Crafting card. We apparently need a crafting table. We're gonna need more of these crafting cards, I think. Wait. Okay. I could totally auto-craft them already. I forget what I did sometimes. So, now what we should see, this thing, start making it. And then we're gonna disable outputting to the tank, which we already did. It is empty. And then we're gonna grab the import bus, put it here. That should start pulling it in. It totally will. And we are making sulfur. This is working. Nice. So, sulfur turning into sulfur dioxide. That's step 1 done. Quickly configure the cell. I think this is how it works. Because now this thing is whitelist, from what I understand. Partitions. Yeah. And then we put it back. Should still work, but it shouldn't accept anything else. It still works. So this no longer should accept something else. And that means that the next one we put in, we're going to put this somewhere else. This is fluids. So let's put it here. Make this gases. All right. So the next one should accept whatever we put in next. And the next step is sulfur trioxide, which requires oxygen, which is basically electrolytic separator with water. So let's grab the electrolytic separator. I think I have one. Yeah. Do I have another sink? I don't. Grab that. Let's grab. I still have the pipe on me. Do I have another upgrade? No, let me grab one. Since I'm totally gonna need more of these, I just grabbed 3 for now. So let's set this up. I will need a machine here. Then we need an import bus here. An export bus on this side. And then we do multi-block or this block. Wait, I forgot to put power down. I will definitely need to make more of these flux points because I'm gonna run out pretty soon. There we go. This thing now has power. Yes, don't touch that anymore. Chemicals can't eject, so that means that there's no chemicals coming out. No, it's not a chemical coming out, it's oxygen, so it's a gas. And hydrogen, which is also a gas. So chemicals, this is fluids. Okay, so apparently it's a fluid. It's a fluid now. Okay, great. Okay, eject on the left and the right. We're gonna not eject on the left. We're gonna just eject on... Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I might not have enough sides to this machine. We'll import from the top. Okay, we grab fluid from the top. Perfect. It will look a little bit weird, but it's fine. Let's put it in a wall. Why not? Here we go. Do that. Grab the wrench. There we go. And we insert a upgrade. And this thing will be flooding. And we have stuff generated. Pretty good. And it's annoying, but it's not that loud yet. There, that's better. Oh man, that sound sucks. Okay, so hydrogen is apparently building up quicker than oxygen. But we do need both of these, so that is fine. Let's do import bus on both. Import bus. Here we go. And here we go. That should not pull anything out yet. No. We're gonna see chemicals. So apparently it's chemicals. Output on the right and output on the back. And we're full. We're full on hydrogen. And hydrogen is apparently a chemical. Where do we... Hydrogen. No, it says we can do liquid tank, so it's a liquid. So why does it say that it's a chemical? It's fine. It's fine though. Whatever. Maybe it doesn't say. No. No, it definitely says it's a chemical. All right. So let's see if it is considered a liquid. Let's just disable one of those. Let's remove this one. Okay. Now let's put the liquid drive in. It doesn't look like much, does it? That does not look like much. That's great. Made another 64K storage cell for the chemicals, but I don't know if it's gonna fill it with this. I'm just gonna try. There we go. It has something else in it. It's not the same color, so it's something else. Right. Put this in. Configure it. It's oxygen. That is awesome. I did make another drive because I assumed, and now there we go. We have oxygen. And now I need the other, yeah. So another drive. Let's grab the other import bus. Connect it. Now what we should see is that this doesn't do anything. It shouldn't be importing. It doesn't. That's great. And then we add this thing. And there we have it. Another fluid. Well, chemical. Configure this. Here, hydrogen. Perfect. This is a little bit of an adventure for me. I've not done it this way before. So this should now just be importing. I do not. Okay. I was gonna say, do I automatically make acceleration cards? But I don't. Let me change that. I do now. It's fast. All right. I've just put 3 in each, just so it will easily keep up, and these machines aren't fast enough at the moment anyway. But just in case, we're dumping excess. So we're storing everything, but just in case, we're dumping excess. This one doesn't matter if it fills up because there's no second thing we're dependent on. So let's put the coarse dirt back. There, looks kind of fancy. And now we can just let this do its thing. And we have hydrogen, oxygen, and whatever this thing was. That was the sulfur dioxide. So now we can grab another chemical infuser and make sulfur trioxide, which we're going to make right here because it will be difficult. Actually, import, export, export, import, power. You know what? Won't be that difficult. Here we go. Chemical infuser. Hey, that completed the quest. Holy, wow. Imagine that. All right, let's put it down. This is becoming a little bit of a mess, but I do like it. I love that it's just in this little area. I might actually just put a wall in front so nobody sees it. Although it is kind of nice because you can see what we're working on, right? So there we go. Let's see, we have power. Do we? Yes, we have power. Okay, cool. So now we need chemicals. We need input and input. So we can say export bus. Export bus. I forgot how we're going to configure these. Let me figure that out. So, according to the internet, I should just be able to drag this in here. And that should just work. Holy shit, it does. So the other is oxygen. So, export here, oxygen. Oh my god, it totally works. That totally works. I did not expect it to work. I need more acceleration cards though. That's for sure. Right, and then we have an import bus. That's such a mess. I love it. It's such a mess. There we go. Import bus. And we need another gaseous card. Right after we do that. Pop it in. Did I not set up the import thing? I thought I set up import. Oh, I probably didn't configure it. So we want to output here. Yes. It's not outputting. Good. That means that when we put this thing in, it will start outputting. Hell yeah. And then we quickly run upstairs and configure it again. It's configured. And I just need a bunch of acceleration cards at this point. But fluids are in the making. So for the next part, we're gonna need some water vapor. So let's set that up next. We got ourselves a rotary rotary condensator. Need some space to work. There. I set up a new thing here in the corner. And I pull a new pipe, so if this doesn't look identical to what it was anymore, that looks weird. I'm gonna change that. Right. So, I do apologize if it doesn't look the same, which it doesn't. Alright, let's see. Rotary condensator has power. We don't have 2 inputs, so we can keep this wall closed. I don't need to work on this side. There, I'll leave it like that. And then we have a cable here. We do import. And this again is a gas, I think. It says liquids. No, it's a chemical. So yeah, it's probably gas. So we're gonna do output. It says, yeah, chemical output. Nothing on these. Just energy input, yeah. And then fluids on the top as input. And nothing on the right. Yeah, that should be it. And then we do this. We do this. There we go. Boom. I should have made a water source in the ME system, shouldn't I? And then we say fluids, input from the top. No. Other direction? Ah, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that works. That's again a chemical, I think, so let's insert a disk for it. I should have probably done this before, but I can totally facade these, so the floor will look straight, without holes. At some point, when I feel like doing that all, when I feel like correcting it. Right, so I was definitely done walking back and forth all the time, so I put up a little pillar here with a crafting terminal and one with a regular terminal that just shows all the fuels and fluids that we have. Yep. All right. So next up, sulfuric acid, because I think we have everything. We have water vapor and we have sulfuric trioxide. So let's turn it into sulfuric acid. Let's put the thing right here. Shall I put it? Let's put it all the way to the back wall. So I want the cable. And I'll make it go like there. And then I want this machine, the chemical infuser. I want that there. I want power under it. Yeah. I'm using 8,000 FE at this point from time to time. But that's actually kind of sick. All right. There. Do there. Let's this time place facades straight away. There. And then one more right here to use as import. Let's do this one. There. And we need an import bus on this side. And we need a double export on this one and on this one. There we go. And cabling. Here we go. So, input, input, output. Perfect. We have power. Yeah, we have power. So now all we should have to do is say water vapor. There. Yeah, water vapor. That should be coming in. And sulfuric trioxide. And we're making sulfuric acid. Sweet. And last but not least, we need to create hydrogen chloride. Actually, is it last? I'm not sure. Yeah, the last one's just oxygen, and we're storing that already. I don't think we're using oxygen anywhere, are we? No, I don't think we are. So I think that's just the last thing we need to make, is the hydrogen chloride. So let's make chlorine. is the brine that we're already making. And we just throw it in an electric separator. Where do I want to put this? So, in the past I've made this way too compact. Because I was using pipes. But I guess it doesn't matter. Because I don't need pipes. So I think I'm gonna plant it down right here. And then we're gonna use 1, 2 for the next machine. Right? So we put them here. This one here. Cable up. Cable up. And then we just connect to this. I do need to grab a couple more facades. Here we go. Just like that. Then we throw down power. Connect it. Throw down power and connect it. There we go. And then we need the separator right here. Yep. Power from the bottom, chemicals from the sides. So let's do export. Is it export? No, it's import. It's import bus. There. And there. That should now say that the chemicals we have output and output, and then fluids we have input everywhere. So export bus right here, and we are exporting brine, this one. Boom. Here we go. Sodium and chlorine, and this thing is just gonna export brine. And I need a couple more of those cards. Alright, now that we have hydrogen and chlorine, we go this thing. We say, where is it? Export bus. That's an import bus. Let's do that on the front. We say export bus. There we go. There we go. It has power. It totally does. So now we go, let's see, chlorine. Chlorine, there we go. Hello? Did I grab the wrong machine? Chemical infuser. No, it's a chemical infuser, all right. Input, input. So an expert bus. Maybe it's 1? No. Oh, wrong chlorine. There. Yeah, that's better. And then we grab this one, and we grab hydrogen. There we go. And once we put a cable in there, we have hydrogen chloride. Hell yeah. So that means that we now have this pipe, this box, and oxygen. We are storing oxygen, right? Yeah, we're totally storing oxygen, but it's not going up, so that makes me think we are using it. Huh. Let me go find that out. Oh, we are totally using it, right here. But that's fine, it's really easy to make. Like, really easy to make. And the hydrogen will be an added bonus if we just make this thing faster. Yep. Let's import the last thing. And then we're done with the fluids. It's like looking at a server room with 2 disks blinking. I did find an issue, by the way. I found that this pipe doesn't export water if I reconnect to my world. That's a problem, because I now have it once. twice, 3 times already. So I might end up switching that up for exporting from a cell. But hey, not today. Today, I think we've gotten pretty close to what we wanted to achieve. With all the fluids set up, next time we can finally set up, what is it, 4x, 5x, 10x, 100x ore processing? I don't know, but it's more than one. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, please consider pressing that like button, maybe even subscribing. It helps us out tremendously. Look forward to making the next one and seeing you there. Alright, bye bye.